My name is Crow, and I will be your guide through the world of Guild Wars 2 in Stereoscopic 3D. Now, put on your 3D glasses and prepare to see Tyria brought to life. You have now entered the S3D Gamer Zone. When I sit down and think, what were my most epic and exhilarating experiences in video games, I immediately think back to my experiences in the world of Warcraft. The massively multiplayer online role-playing game genre has lots and lots of repetitive tedium, but it all leads up to singular moments that become a permanent life memory. MMORPGs try to create massive worlds, and their enormous scale landscapes would seem to really benefit from being viewed in S3D. It's tough though, because MMORPGs tend to be very dependent upon viewing information on your user interface. If the interface elements are at screen depth, eye strain soon sets in. World of Warcraft suffers from an almost fully 2D UI, including the mouse cursor, but excluding damage numbers and nameplates above characters' heads. The 2D mouse cursor is intolerable for me, so if I do play WoW, I do it in 2D. Now, enter Guild Wars 2. I did not do much research into Guild Wars 2 prior to its release, and I knew absolutely nothing about its stereoscopic performance. Upon entering the game world for the first time, I was stunned at how beautiful the Sylvari starting area was. I noticed some problems with shadows, so I opened up the options menu to see about turning them off. To my shock, right there was an option to enable and disable stereoscopic rendering. There was even a stereoscopic screenshot function hidden deep into the hotkey menu. But it wasn't until I started playing that I realized just how serious this game's stereoscopic support really is. Prompts to loot, activate mechanisms, and gather resources comfortably render at about half of the scene's depth. Damage numbers appear at the depth of the unit you are attacking, right above their heads on all three spatial axes. Even my hero's paper doll model was given special attention so that it always renders with a slight bit of pop-out above the equipment menu. The mouse cursor, which was the biggest thing preventing me from enjoying World of Warcraft in S3D, renders dynamically here, always appearing slightly closer than the character or environmental detail that it is hovering over. When the cursor is brought to a 2D UI element, the cursor shifts to screen depth. The dynamically rendering mouse cursor is something I had only imagined as a dream feature that would make playing mouse-driven games more pleasant. To see developer ArenaNet bring this to life in Guild Wars 2 gave me confidence that any game, even heavily interface-dependent ones, could be played comfortably while viewed in S3D. The designers just have to make sure that it works. The word comfortable is only the beginning of describing how Guild Wars 2 looks and plays in stereoscopic 3D. Tyria has some of the most breathtaking views my eyes have ever seen outside of real life. From down in the muck of swamps up to the top of snowy mountain peaks, every second of the more than 100 hours that I played Guild Wars gave pleasant tingles to me. With my 3D vision driver settings at 50% depth and the convergence finely tuned to make the game world appear realistically proportioned, my brain was convinced that magic was happening on my desk. And to be honest, magic was happening, and it was glorious. Guild Wars 2 has some of the flashiest spell effects I've ever seen. They're almost too flashy, but I didn't mind because they all look so wonderful in S3D. Not everything looks so great though. When the game was first released, shadows and magical ground effects rendered much too deep and did not appear on the surface of the ground. Real-time shadows could be turned completely off, but one of Guild Wars 2's main combat mechanics is combo fields that are created on the ground to augment some of your attacks and abilities. These combo fields were an annoying dissonance in the stereoscopic scene. A few weeks after release, shadows and ground effects were greatly improved by either a game patch or a profile update by NVIDIA, I am not sure which. I say improved rather than fixed, because they still appear slightly deeper than ground level, but I felt comfortable turning shadows back up to maximum again. Another issue that was present on release but has since been fixed is certain text pop-ups relating to combat rendered at screen depth. Text like miss and block and evaded now render with depth, so they are readable in the heat of combat. The same goes for the text telling you what combos you have activated or what combos your allies have activated through your combo fields. The heart icon would render with depth, but the text would not. These have all been fixed. Thank you very much, whoever is responsible. More minor interface problems persist at the creation of this review. They are small oversights that do not render with depth when by all rights they should. Revive bars and item links in chat bubbles render in 2D. In addition, icons showing that a player has been leveled down or is looking for a group do not properly render at the depth of their nameplate. These are obviously tiny and intermittent problems that aren't going to ruin anyone's day, but it would still be nice to see them addressed. The final issue I'm going to bring up is that dialogue cutscenes are really weird. There's a 2D background at screen depth, but the characters render stereoscopically, so they appear to be behind the background. Yes, behind the background. No need to try to imagine it, just put your eyes on this video and look if for some reason you're not watching the video. Other than some insignificant things that I don't consider a big deal, ArenaNet has achieved a stereoscopic experience that is worthy of the epic world their art team has created. It is not rated 3D Vision ready at this time, but the remaining issues should be fixable. I'm happy to award Guild Wars 2 a perfect 10 out of 10 for giving me the best stereoscopic 3D experience I have ever had. No other game, no other photo, and no other motion picture comes even close. Guild Wars 2 has the additional honor of being only the second massively multiplayer online role-playing game that I have enjoyed enough to play to maximum level in the half-decade that I have played these types of games. It deserves a 9 for evolving the genre in so many ways. There's no monthly fee, so I'll probably be going back to Tyria often, if only just to sightsee stereoscopically. My name is Einecrow, and I have been your S3D Gamer Zone guide through Guild Wars 2. Join us for further stereoscopic gaming excursions anytime at www.s3dgamerzone.com. Thank you for watching.
Char need no god!